not everybody is going to be inspired by their duty or calling or saying, I have a responsibility to my nation. Because more often than not, people who are leaving the country are people who are privileged to a certain extent. They speak English, they have a certain professional degree, they have capacity, and they manage to get visas abroad. And and so some of them, if they're able to think of, listen, I'm a person of privilege, I benefited from this country, and maybe because of my privilege I can be an agent to bring about long-term change in the country. If some start seeing it that way, that we have a responsibility to our countrymen, we have a responsibility for those who are not as privileged as we are, then that is one way. But that doesn't appeal to everyone. Some people, that's not my problem. I can't live here, my life is not what it wants to be, I'm leaving. The next way I think that we can persuade, and I've seen many young people get persuaded through this, is also realizing that just because you go to the Western world or wherever you're seeking to go, your success is not guaranteed. You're going to go there, you're going to have to work hard, and what. So some of the effort that you're putting, sometimes there's this romanticization of the moment I get on that flight and go there, my life's going to be great, and that romanticization, once you just take away some of these exaggerated notions of what life's going to be like, some people start realizing maybe actually I can make something, and they've forgotten what we have running for us here. This is our birthright, and I know there are people in Sri Lanka, based on their ethnicity, their religion, their economic condition, constantly don't feel like they're first class citizens in this country. So even at the risk of going somewhere else and being mistreated sometimes in some countries, they're okay with that, because for them they are not treated well here either. But to know that this is your birthright, that you can be a first class citizen in the country, you should be a first class citizen in the country, and we have to work towards creating that, and start building. But also, we can make it big here. We have so many examples of people who said no to life in the developed world and said, we're coming back here. And they've become far more. They would have just been mediocre if they stayed in the Western world, just making enough to get by or whatever. They've come here. They've seen opportunity. They've seen things that have not been achieved here yet in the business world, or whatever their field is. And they have set the standard, and they have achieved more here than they ever would there. The opportunities are here. You need that proactive mindset to fight. And yes, there are 101 million challenges to overcome, but there are opportunities. And some people see that. The more they really evaluate it, they see it. And I've talked to many people who live abroad and say, I've been in this country for 30 years, 40 years. I left Sri Lanka because, I had, the war was difficult, or we were discriminated, but I've never felt home here. I've lived here for 40 years in this country. I've never felt. Some of them experience racism and xenophobia even today. Some of them always feel like they wish they were home. And, you can be here, build something here. So that's another way some people. And finally, also, we are an aging population. And forget about what the government or the country or whoever has failed you, but our parents' generation have gone above and beyond to care, to provide, to get us the best education for many of these children. And then you're seeing an exodus of so many young adults, and in an aging population where you have so many parents in the latter years of their life, struggling, no help in the house, trying to figure it out, just aging by themselves, and the children away. And that creates so many social problems. We're about to see the aging population will start becoming more manifest in our society. And I think we're better than that. And some people really take that to heart, of saying, I have a responsibility to my parents. And yeah, sending a check once a month is nice, but what about us taking care of them, being with them? So that's also another reason some people stay. But for some, maybe it's a very personal choice of saying, no, I don't want to be here anymore. I have to go. That's fine. But we can't afford to have everybody thinking that way without taking certain things into consideration.